Hey, it's X from the Overwatch League. This is In My Sights, and we're going to be watching some main tank play today. When you think about main tanks in the Overwatch League, Mano immediately comes to mind. Fundamental player, has been just at the top of his game for every single season for the NYXL. He's going to play a lot of Reinhardt here on Busan against the Guangzhou Charge. New partner in crime in Hotba this year. Kind of weird saying Mano without Meko, but they've made it work. Now, this starts off a little bit rough. The New York wall doesn't isolate anybody. However, Guangzhou's wall does. Mano gets cut off from his team and he gets frozen and cleaned up. But this is not a one-man game. The rest of his team is going to come to life, and Animo is going to pick up a couple of kills for the Lucio. If you think about it, Animo is just Mano with another A. Another A gets you a couple more kills. What you want to be doing on Reinhardt is what we're going to see right here. Exploiting corners, knowing when to go offense and defense. With Rein, it's such a quick switch that you have to be able to decide on. And lastly, know when to pick a different tank and stall the point. The ball stall, really important. So right there, he's seeing the angle because he's in the third-person mode. It's a unique part of Reinhardt's kit, but he decides not to go in. They're in a decent spot, is New York. They're holding point. Beautiful flashbang over the top, and that's just a couple of hammer swings in there for Mano. Mano's gonna get frozen up again, but the immortality field is there, and this is where you switch from defense to offense, trying to chase some people out, keeping his own McCree up with the shield there at the end, and beautiful stagger on the D.Va. Rinse and repeat. This is a great spot to hold. This is why you saw a lot of Rein Zarya on this map, but Hotba is really good at the Sigma, so he's going to help out and take some pressure off of the barrier. Mano just holding this third-person angle. You can actually see that Hotba's looking in the room. He's going to be the signal there. They don't really know that Mano's there. He gets right past the shield and forces them to use a wall that does not end up cleaving the team in half like it needs to, or just protecting the team. And now it's time to chase for Mano and Hotba. Easy stuff. Just hanging out in the corner. He's got his shield turned away so they can't see it, and it's Hotba who's actually watching their audio cues as well, or going to let Mano know when his team coming in. And now they just see this perfect opportunity. Give it up to Libero. He gives up his life for this one, but gets everybody frozen in the point. And why this is so cool from New York is the last couple of fights, they have gone in and not let the Charge ever get ultimates off. Look at this Charge bank. They have every ultimate and they haven't been able to use any, and they might not even be able to get back in here. They barrier, but the wall blocks them off. And oof, that hurts. Going back to spawn with every ultimate. It's just a part of the style that NYXL has brought this season in particular. They used to be known as a more defensive team, but now they're taking their defense to the other team. They use ultimates, they pick when to fight, and Charge have to go onto the point, hit Q, and they don't even get there. We'll go to the second part here of Busan. Mano making sure that that door's not having a good time. And we'll see the Charge here to roll out. He's going to get himself in position. I think that's really the only time Rein should be charging, but well, what do I know? So they try to get a wraparound here, and again in this opening fight, the Charge just have a little bit better wall. Mano's going to get isolated, and then, yeah, I mean, the immortality field comes out, but it's not enough. A couple of trades back and forth. Nero actually has a pretty nice fight here. Goes down first, but the fact that his team's able to get a couple is really helpful. See, no one has unlocked the point just yet, and this is really interesting from Mano. It looks like a terrible decision to go in, but he knows that he has Anima with him, so he can get in and get that pick. And why that one kill ends up mattering is because now it's time to fight on the point. Again, it looks like Mano's all alone. He just goes in and gets some cleave damage. But look, the Charge have not captured this now. Now it's a fight. Excellent wall comes in. And now New York's going to get a couple kills. Sometimes you go for those shatters. If that shield drops for a second, I believe he has both the tank and the support line behind it going down. Yeah, Nero continues to hit really nice headshots. Libero commits this Blizzard. Neither team captured just yet. But because of that really early kill onto Nero, look how much the Charge are having to use. And this might just be post-traumatic for the Charge from having their last fight on the first stage of Busan go so poorly where they had to use ultimates and none of them really came out. So Charge will take that point back at 6%. Counting up now. Excelsior, they've got the combination that you like in a lot of situations. They've got Deadeye and Graviton Flux, also called Sky Noon, Dead Sky, whatever you want to call it. Try to get it there, but a really nice defensive wall works out, and Sibyobi has gotten rocked this game. Counter Deadeye comes in from Charge. Right now, Mano's just trying to get ultimates up and trying to force out ultimates from Charge, but the Charge in this stage of Busan have looked much cleaner. Just using one ultimate there from Shu to be able to get the fight, to be able to get the kill. And the Charge are in a good spot now. Nothing to work with for the NYXL, as Blizzard just comes online now. A nice isolation wall. They're going to go after this Reinhardt, but when a Rein gets caught out on the edge like that, you can give him all the resources in the world. And it's a good use of a Charge. Get somebody out of an immortality field, get somebody off of the map. Things you see in a lot of mid to lower ranks is Rein's just charging too aggressively, and you're really useless when you've charged and you've missed because your shield's not up, and now you put yourself in the clutches of the enemy team. Charge are doing a good job at denying NYXL the capture here. Just getting as much percentage as possible, trying to get themselves one fight away. It's another good use of a pin. You want to get those players off of the point so they can actually cap it. And now this is similar to the first point of Busan. Gonna try to abuse this corner, abuse this angle, hide the shield around the corner, so you can hear audio cues. They've got eyes on this too. So there's really nowhere else for Mano to try to be holding, but he notices he gets there a little bit late, so he doesn't go for the Shatter. And now he knows he's getting frozen up. So you try to get the Shatter to knock everyone down, keep yourself alive. That's just the life of a main tank in a nutshell right there. And this was a really nice engagement from the Charge. They use everything, though, because they think it's going to be final fight. Surprise, surprise, it is not going to be. Gotta switch to the Hammond, gets the ball stall here, gets in, almost gets booped off, but gets the touch, waits for the wick, poking around. Am I going this way? No, I'm going this way. And now they get the sound barrier in for the engagement. Libero's gonna hit the final shot onto Chara there, and now Mano's just trying to clean up what he can. He knows there might be a Blizzard coming out here from Libero momentarily, and knock some people into that. And New York will clean up this fight. I mean, it seems obvious, right, to switch, but then you also have to have the mechanics and know what your grapple angles are, know what your touch position is. You don't want to go in at 90, you'd rather go in at 98, you know. So it's just really smart moves. Then he just goes back. You don't want to be stuck on the Hammond if you don't have to be. Kind of want to mirror these matches up. Now the Charge in a tough spot because they used every ult in the penultimate fight. And try to take this corner. Half them get in. It's actually a really nice ice block, but it doesn't matter. Happy goes down anyway. Sees this Ana isolated, just goes after it. You see an isolated target like that when these fights are about to be over. And fooled you, just bluffing. He's trying to charge her off if she stayed, but he knows that angle or that distance is too far for him to go off. Scares the D.Va off of the point. No one really does it much better than Mano. There's tanks that will have better games, but the level of consistency you get out of this main tank is beautiful play on the Rhine, the clutch switch to the Hammond at the end, abusing angles, and knowing when to hit the switch from offense and defense.